to that kind of fighter. And Tim made good points. There are shots that Jojo touched him with. There's shots that Lomachenko touched him with. That Prograis was just completely outclassed. So you can see the improvements being made, the adjustments being made in Devin Haney's style. He's perfecting it. Bill Haney gets credit for that. I said after the show, after the fight on Saturday night when we were on live, I said, Bill would have probably been a guy that during my career, I would have probably looked at and considered him training me, because Devin, when I looked at Devin's performance Saturday night, that is everything I always tried to do with that kind of boxing style. That if you look at my fights against certain nights against, say, Juan Diaz or Love Morendo the first time when I won my title, or even Vyacheslav Sinchenko or Zab Judah, those kind of nights, if you looked at what I'm trying to do, it's a lot of Devin's boxing style, but Devin there was such perfection Saturday night that you can kind of look at Bill Haney and be like, okay, he gets that kind of boxing. That kind of boxing is what he teaches, and you have to have the athleticism to be able to execute it. And Devin's thinking in the process, and every 3 minutes, those little subtle things he was doing, that's on him too. Yes, you work on them, but he's subtly doing these little subtle things that are really executing the plan perfectly.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So what you just heard was the voice of two-division world champion, retired superstar boxer, now boxing pundit and analyst, Paulie the Magic Man Malignaggi. Paulie Malignaggi oozes with praise towards now undefeated, former undisputed lightweight world champion, now the reigning WBC junior welterweight world champion, two-division world champion, superstar boxer, Devin the Dream Haney, who is now 31 wins, no losses, no draws, 15 wins by way of knockout, 25 years of age, 5'9" with a 72-inch arm reach. Devin Haney faced what was seen as to be one of the toughest tasks of his career this past Saturday as he took on two-time WBC junior welterweight world champion superstar boxer Regis the Rougarou Prograis, who is 29 wins, now 2 losses, no draws, 24 big wins by way of knockout, 34 years of age, 5'8" with a 68-inch arm reach, who is a southpaw, who is a thumper, very durable, come forward, and aggressive, rough, rugged fighter. And Devin Haney proved that he's on a different level. There was a lot of question marks as Paulie Malignaggi and Devin Haney in the past have been at odds, to say the least, okay? And Paulie Malignaggi was super impressed. This just goes to show you the performance that Devin Haney set forth. Paulie Malignaggi was super impressed by the performance from Devin the Dream Haney. So much so that he stated that he would have loved to have been trained in his career by Bill Haney, father, trainer, and manager, CEO of DHP Devin Haney Promotions, Bill Haney, because that's what he mimicked and looked to be. He says that Devin Haney is everything I look to be in my career. That is high praise from somebody who has been at odds and doubted Devin Haney. And now Paulie Malignaggi is convinced. Devin Haney has convinced the world that he has indeed truly arrived. He has truly, truly arrived. Now, with that said, Devin Haney dominated this fight. And again, he removed the doubt. He showed an improvement. Not only that, but he showed that sticking around at 135, the lightweight division, for way too long hindered him. Because this was his first fight at 140. And everybody labeled him chinny. Everybody labeled him a non-puncher. Well, Devin Haney moved up in weight. And Devin Haney, 5 pounds. And Devin Haney looked like a completely different fighter. He dropped a very durable Regis Prograis in the 3rd round, early in the fight. Not a flash knockdown. Straight on, Regis saw the punch come straight down the pipe, and he sat him down. Then he wobbled him and staggered him in the 6th round, and he hurt him in the 8th round as well. And he got clipped with a left hook. And Regis Prograis is considered a massive puncher. He got clipped by Regis Prograis. And He didn't budge. His movement, his athletic ability, his IQ, his reflexes seemed to be on a completely different level this Saturday. He answered the bell. He answered the bell. And it convinced not only Paulie Malignaggi, but it convinced Timothy Desert Storm Bradley, Hall of Famer, superstar, two-division world champion, boxing pundit and analyst, Timothy Desert Storm Bradley, who picked Regis Prograis to beat Devin Haney by knockout. He picked him by knockout. And Tim Bradley says, I am convinced that Devin Haney is a great, not a good fighter, not an okay fighter, but he's a great, great fighter, is what Timothy Bradley had to say. So this just goes to show why Devin Haney has spooked many of his peers around him. Time was not on their side. The fighters in and around his division, time was not on their side because they allowed him to blossom, grow, and he's always been confident, but they allowed him to grow into his self, his abilities. And that's going to prove to be a major problem for fighters going forward. Like guys like undefeated, 3-division, 5-time world champion, superstar boxer, Gervonta Tank Davis, who is widely acknowledged and recognized as one of the faces, if not the face of the sport of boxing. Superstar cash cow, 29 wins, no loss, no draw, 27 wins by way of knockout. He is 29 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. Well, they're now claiming that they ain't going to fight Devin Haney at 140. If they want to fight, he have to come down to 135. It's only a 5-pound jump, and Tank Davis has fought at 140. And you have to dare to be great within the sport of boxing. He's not interested. He says that he's a 135-pounder. But he also stated that Devin Haney was a middleweight that couldn't punch himself out of a wet paper bag and also lacked the chin. Well, that's all the makings to be able to go to 145 pounds north. You'll feel better and be able to clip him and knock him out. You have now Teofimo Lopez, 2-division world champion, former unified lightweight world champion, reigning WBO junior welterweight world champion. Teofimo Lopez is now focused on a fight with Jose Ramirez in February, former unified junior welterweight world champion, Mexican superstar boxer, and in a fight in a unification bout with Subriel Matias in June. Why not Devin Haney? And you have the former unified welterweight world champion, superstar boxer Keith One-Time Thurman, now stating that he'll fight Devin Haney possibly in 2025. Why? Because he looks spectacular. His mobility, his athletic ability, his quickness, his reflexes showed to be on a different level. Now, again, when you convince Paulie Malignaggi, again, who's been at odds with Devin Haney for an extensive period of time, and you have him and he says, I'm convinced, so much so that he looked like everything I wanted to be in my career. That speaks volumes. And now you have a lot of people trying to all of a sudden discredit Regis Prograis as being a non-good fighter. Well, now you're hearing people talk about how Regis Prograis started his career at 17 years of age, too late. How Regis Prograis has no feet. How Regis Prograis has no boxing skills. How Regis Prograis is washed up and not the same guy. But he offered to fight Tank Davis, and Tank Davis didn't take the fight. He was considered the second best junior welterweight in the world. He had a close loss, the only loss in his career, to now the former undisputed junior welterweight world champion, British superstar boxer Josh Taylor, who is 19 wins, 1 loss, no draw, 13 wins by way of knockout. It's the only loss in Regis Prograis' career was to Josh Taylor. He only had one loss coming into this fight. And when you have a bad performance, I thought it was slated that everybody has bad performances. When we saw Shakur Stevenson have a bad performance, everybody said, well, this happens. Everybody has bad performances. So Regis had a bad performance in his last fight. Now he's labeled washed because they don't want to give Devin Haney this credit. But when you have guys like Timothy Bradley and Paulie Malignaggi giving him more than his roses, that speaks volumes. So I can't wait to see what's his next move. And that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Your boy Blue. I'm signing off. I'm gone. Peace.